In the exam, you need to be able to discuss usability and how it relates to Matapono Maori. This includes the accurate use of te reo, support for te reo Maori in tools such as spell checking, and support with the expression of tikanga and mataranga Maori. In the exam, you need to point out that usability is all about manaakitanga. Good usability lets us show manaakitanga because it helps users achieve their goals and raises their mana. Our user freedom rule, rule number 2, should be linked to rangatiratanga. Systems should put users in the driver's seat and give them control over what they want to do. We also need the idea that to create a successful interface, we need whanaungatanga. That means understanding one's users and having a relationship with them. When we discuss rules number 5 and 9, error prevention and error correction, we need to link it to the idea of aroha, having empathy and compassion for our users and working hard to support them so that either they don't make mistakes or if they do make a mistake, it's easy to recover from it. Finally, as developers, we need to value our users and ensure that their needs and interests are met. This relates to the concept of kaitiakitanga. The core idea here is that good usability helps meet user needs. In general, systems should speak the user's language. This could mean something as simple as minimizing jargon or using language that users are comfortable with. But we can take it a step further by applauding interfaces that support te reo Māori learners by showing terms in both languages. And the Bank of New Zealand website is a great example of this being done well. When an interface is translated, this needs to be done with care. Often, word-for-word replacements won't reflect a word's actual meaning. For example, the English word play can be rendered as hakenakena, which is to play a game, or whakatangi, which is to play some music. One challenge when translating interfaces is that technical terms may use words that are not familiar to everyday users of the language. Whilst this can end up making the interface harder to use, research has shown that many will persevere with an interface in their native language as they're proud to be able to use an interface that is in their language. Translating an interface is complex, as menus, buttons, installation instructions, error messages, and help information all need to be carefully translated. In te reo Māori, tohuto, macrons, definitely do matter. They can completely change a word's meaning. Keke, cake, is not the same as keke for armpits. Ideally, our systems should allow users to type in tohuto when they register for accounts. Some fonts don't include letters with tohuto, and this can look weird if we use them. This means that when we're designing an outcome, we need to take care that we choose a font that is going to support all the characters that we need. One interface which does not support tohuto is the ticketing system used in the airline industry. This is a legacy or old system, and it serves as an example of disappointing usability, as there's no way to add tohuto to names on an airline ticket, which does little to uphold the manner of some travelers. There are also issues with putting tohuto in domain names. Whilst it's possible to include a tohuto in a domain name, some users might not realize it's there, and this could result in them ending up on dodgy websites if they spell the URL incorrectly. In addition to supporting tohuto, systems should also accommodate user language preferences when checking the spelling of words and using predictive text. Correctly spelled words should not come up as errors because the system can't accommodate a user's language, as this makes it harder to spot actual mistakes.